Today, people around the country are honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The civil rights icon was born in Atlanta, Georgia, in 1929. He devoted his entire life to change and became one of the most important figures in the fight for civil rights. Now we celebrate his life on the third Monday of January every year. MLK Day is intended as a day of service and a time to really empower individuals and strengthen our communities. Here to talk more about Dr. King is Omar Montgomery, the NAACP Rocky Mountain State Conference president. We're so glad that you took some time out of your very busy day to spend with us.
Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for being here. And I just want the viewers to know, we talked a little bit about the evolution of this day becoming a day of service. So
Yes.
to that point, you literally got here seconds ago because you were cooking for 3,000 people today. You and a dozen or a few dozen volunteers.
Yes.
So talk to us about how the day has evolved into service and why it was important for you to provide those meals today.
First, let me just say thank you to Brother Jeff Cultural Center and See Me Catering with Regina Edmondson. This is their brainchild. So we've been doing this for the past 5 or 6 years, where we make sure that no one goes unfed. That's part of our day of service. But guess what? The hope is that we wouldn't have to do this on any day. We do it for Thanksgiving and for the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. The goal is for us to end poverty so that everyone knows that they have a meal every day and not just on these 2 days.
Very well said.
Yes.
How important is it to empower the youth, people of our own age to keep putting themselves out there, not just taking a day like this as a holiday or, kids are out of school and we find something to do with them, but to use it as an act of service like you did today?
I'm gonna tell you this. The volunteer that was standing next to me was probably about 5, 6 years old.
Oh, love it.
His mother brought him there so he could experience the day of service. We're folding up the meals, I'm handing him the meals, and he says, I need no help, I need no help, I need no help. I say that to say that the age range of people who volunteer were from 5 years old to as old as 80 years old. We even had Congressman Crow come out and serve some meals today as well, and some other elected officials. So for us, it's also for us to be able to show what unity looks like.
Right.
How can we come together? I don't ask what is your political affiliation. We don't ask, where you come from, this, that, and the other, economic status. If you're coming to volunteer, you're welcome into that family for that day.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
I do see a lot of people sharing quotes, which is great, but we want action. So what do you hope from white allies? What do you hope to see from more people like me that look like me to help also fight some of the current administration's rollbacks?
Yes.
What do you hope to see?
The mission by the King Center is called Mission Impossible 2. And it says unifying your community and this nation through nonviolence. The first thing we can do is be leaders in our own community, making sure that people are fed, making sure we're not using violence to solve issues, and more importantly, being good role models to our youth. How do we make sure that within our immediate communities, we're able to model what is right? When it comes to this administration, I hope they look at the example of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Sit down with Minnesota's governor, sit down with Minnesota's mayor and says, how can we solve these issues in a nonviolent way? Because right now we're setting a bad precedent for our youth by telling them that violence is a way to solve issues.
Is it a challenging time to lead the Aurora branch of the NAACP?
Well, I'm state conference president now, but to Dr. Thomas Mays with the Aurora unit, first, let me say this, the Aurora unit has accomplished a lot. Last year we did a literacy program, we did a swimming program, we had our Get Out the Vote, Good Trouble program. So we're doing amazing work in Aurora. What are the challenges? The challenges are that we still have people who are experiencing poverty. We still have people that are experiencing homelessness. We're still trying to figure out how do we bridge the gap between the community and law enforcement. And I think we're making some headway, but that's been because community has stepped up and said, we want a voice at the table and we want to make sure we're part of the decision making, especially in the city of Aurora.
Inspiring.
It is. I know you lead by example.
I know.
You're doing the work. You're walking that walk. So if anything, hopefully you're inspiring to those who are watching right now.
Well, you know what? I want to say this. I wish the world could have saw everyone in the kitchen everyone at Brother Jeff Cultural Center handing out the meals, the Dayton Opportunity Center handing out the meals, and those at the MLK Library handing out the meals. If we could model that every single day, I wonder how much change we could have in our communities and in our nation.
Beautifully said.
President Montgomery, thank you.
Thank you for your kind words.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.